Hey everybody, welcome back to another reaction. Your boy Lance here for episode 5 of The Water Magician. Dustin couldn't make it this week. He had some prior isekai engagements he had to attend to. Hopefully he should be back for next week's episode and future recordings this week. I digress. Very curious what we get from after the weird thing with the eclipse and Lenore and the Akuma. Basically, it was an episode I really, really wanted because it really started opening up the world even more and giving us a threat our boy has to go against. So let's dive into what we get for episode 5 at least. So I'm assuming, at least it makes sense, that healers are very church related, right? Because they're praying, basically. And they shouldn't be any goblin archers in the 5th layer. So they're coming up more and more. Da da ba da 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 ba da da ba da da. And like I said last week, I also really, really love that our boy isn't OP, right? He found somebody with similar strengths. And also gets him to realize he probably should be training a little harder himself. She's using wind magic. Yeah. Yeah, he can only do water magic, right? Well, that's the assumption. It's the assumption right now. I wouldn't be shocked if he can somehow... There you go. If he could somehow do more... There you go. If he could eventually learn how to do other elements, but I don't think it will. There you go. I like him experimenting. Clearly not fast enough. So you know it's possible, right? Oh, the elf girl. Sera, yeah. I want more of her. She's cute. I'm gonna ask her about magic. No. Quest from the royal capital. Hit him with a horny stick. Bonk. Yeah, the fact that they're showing up to floor the 5th layer, though. I'm glad. Yeah. I'm glad they reported it, and I'm glad they're actually taking it seriously. I'm not used to competent. It's like, girl, you're so thoughtful and helpful. Thank you. Yeah, it's a trend. Well, oh, that too. I really love how serious they're taking this. Politeness. Okay. So your acquaintances, right? This man looks like I should be fighting him in a JRPG or I should be fighting him in a Yu-Gi-Oh tournament. One of the two. Or both. But I missed, Phelps. Yeah, Phelps. So yeah. I was just double checking. Yeah, Magic Stone helps identify that as actually a serious threat. Well, that the intel is good. Investigate, probably. So I'm assuming the people that we saw getting brutalized by that giant goblin haven't been... Oh, okay. So it's called Great Tidal Boar's Explosion of Monsters. 10 years is the last one. And then we'll get a whole big ass party. Just haven't the double walls yet. I keep hitting on it, but I don't know. I'm just so used to incompetence in anime. To have some sort of competency from a guild master that actually knows how serious this could be. I don't know. We've seen it in other animes, of course, but I don't know. It's just nice to see it more often. But that was my other point I was trying to make is like, that haven't been, I guess, the people who were murdered in the last dungeon probably weren't gone long enough to warrant them being dead. Yeah, I'm sure they don't have a Dewey Decimal system for you to use. Oh, run into Sera. Let's go. She is cute. I'm not usually an elf simp, but she's cute. Her and old girl from Apocalypse Bringer this season, just doing it really well for the cute elfness. Ooh, he uses a pole arm thing. That's cool. Someone in. Oh. It's an explosion, isn't it? The great tidal bore has happened. I mean, we saw the big monster, right? I thought maybe they said the other group had got inside. Ooh. She rolled high. And I mean more than a few hundred. Oh, shit. Ooh, okay, music. Okay. Yeah, you're gonna have to, you need a lot of people. Any minute. Yeah. Hey, Ria, what you doing? Sera, what y'all doing? We're gonna need y'all help over here. I mean, yeah, obviously they flagged the shit out of the dungeon break style thing happening last episode, so it made sense. Her voice actress sounds super familiar too. She might know. The elves usually are. I just wish Rio would say, hey, I ran into Akuma. I don't know, maybe I missed it, but that is a grand ambition. Making a golem. So he's gonna make something. But, like, did they explain why he didn't want to tell anybody about the Akuma? Like, I wish he would have said something at least fucking Abel, but he hasn't run into Abel in a minute, right? Yeah, ask you something to her. I'm just really curious about that. Hey. But why not mention the Akuma? I'm really curious. I get maybe not doing it because he's not sure about things. He wants more answers. I'm not dissing or anything. I'm just curious myself at this point. And I don't think I missed it, but I could have. It has been ages ago for him. Well, you're an elf. I got to meet you. Damn, what Riz already? He rizzed you up, Rio. What will your boyfriend Abel think? I'm joking. I think, honestly, if there's going to be a pairing, it does feel like it might be Sera here, but it's way too early, right? She's cute, and that's why he's blushing and shit, so it makes sense to me. Too bad they don't have, like, explosions they can set up. Minefields. The knights. Yeah, Margraves. I love competency from a guild master. I'm sorry. It's just fucking good, dude. Yeah, there's too many. Okay, when did when's fucking music? Oh, that was cool. Oh, here we go. Let's go. Nice. So Phelps is just as talented and strong as Abel. We kind of already know that. Here's our fucker. Goblin General. Two? Three Goblin Generals. There's a king, so the Goblin King. Ooh. You've been disarmed. Or just handed. Oh, here we go. The king. I wonder if Abel's got some sort of precognition almost. Or she's just really talented. I could probably go with that. So the king is the badass. He does look pretty badass, though. Ooh, we got sword skills now. Let's go. Total impalement. Badass. Once again, the music just fucking amazing. Let's go. God damn. That's some good teamwork. But then it goes to show you, maybe our boy Ryu can learn sword skills to make up for his lack of speed against Lenore. Incutation's long. That's what makes Rio so fucking dangerous. Meanwhile, Rio's having a pseudo study date. Red flag. That door. Obviously, it's no good. That door. It's leading to no good out there. Um. Uh. Yeah, a very solid episode once again from the show, dude. I mean, the elephant room. This show only suffers from animation. That's what it is, right? At least in my mind, the only issue this show suffers from is its animation quality. At times, it's just inconsistent and pretty bad. Like I said, though, I think the world and the story more than makes up for that in my eyes. Would it be something I can recommend to somebody? I don't know. I just have to be like, if you're into world building stuff and fantasy, 100%. Um, but yeah, I digress. Um, and I want to stop harping on the animation, right? But I'm still gonna call it out if I feel like it's pretty bad. And there were some cases where it was pretty bad here. Cool. We met the White Brigade. We met Phelps, from leader of the White Brigade, who Abel has a weird relationship with, according to his team. We got to meet more of Sera, cute elf girl who is her own party member in her own guild, and it's a B rank, so she's a B rank member, so she's not even OP. Cool. Um, my biggest question still, and like I said, I may have missed it, but I don't think I did, is why didn't he report Akuma at all to any of these people, right? Why didn't our boy Rio do that? Uh, Maybe, like I said, my thought process is maybe he's just wants more information first before he can say anything, or maybe he felt like it'd be really hard for them to fight right now. I don't know. But that's like my one thing. And granted, he could probably spell out a reason next episode or something. I don't know. Da-da-da-da. The Great Tidal Bore, name of the episode makes sense. Explosion of monsters. I'm assuming that the explosion of monster population is connected to the Akuma. They would just make the most sense to me. Unless we have bigger bads out there. I mean, we have the Inferno Mage, which keeps getting dropped, right? That's obviously going to be something we're going to have to contend with eventually. But I think it's probably the Akuma. Uh, cool. More monster shit with goblins. We got goblin generals, goblin archers, goblin kings, who are the badass ones. Really cool to see fucking how good Abel actually is, right? And how he almost would have, not almost, he would have died without our boy's help. And sword skills, those are really cool. We actually get to see sword skills in action more. And that's what I think our boy could do to um, close that speed gap because yeah, Lenora was way faster than he ever could be just because she was using wind magic, and he's pigeonholed to just water magic, which is the case. He basically kind of got stuck with that, right? Um, like I said earlier, I don't think he'll get another element. It'd be interesting, but I think the good premise of the show is the fact that there's so much you can do with water. It's a major element for a reason, right? So cool to see earth magic stuff too. That was badass. More wind shit, man. Magic is strong. Cool shit, and sword skills are pretty fucking good too. I love to see that shit. Um, Abel's got this weird precognition almost, right? Where he just has a feeling, or he's just that skilled. He is that skilled. I'm just saying, and almost felt like he was had precognition there. Uh, da, 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 da. Our girl Sarah was doing a quest for the World Capital. Interesting there. We'll probably see. Rio went to go do some Golem research plus Aquaman research, but him making a Golem would be really cool, really interesting. It makes a lot of sense too. We've seen a few Golems here, kind of. Not Golems, but like the stone things and all that. Uh, and then of course we had the giant fight scene, right? Um, once again, shout out to competency when it comes to a guild master or leader, right? I'm so used to not seeing that in anime, where he was told something, he was given the proof of that, so the intel was correct, and he immediately took action. Summoned both of the two strongest guilds in his area, talked to the knights, the Maynard knights. It's like, hey, this shit's gonna go down. Boom, let's investigate. Boom, we have a big problem, but we had a contingency plan. I love that shit too. But my biggest takeaway, honestly, is the show can work without Rio being the center. And that is and will always be a huge fucking thing for me in anime or any sort of medium, right? If you have your main character, if you take your main character away, is the show still interesting? And so far, yes. Because so far, Abel's interesting, right? This goblin excursion thing is interesting. The way they're using magic is interesting. The other characters, not so much. The only one I'm kind of interested about is Abel and Al Phelps. But they can grow on me because we'll get more screen time with them. And of course, Sarah already immediately grew on me because she's cute. She's an elf. I don't need to say more. But yeah, so that the fact that the story can basically work independently so far without Rio is a selling point for me because that just means you have confidence in your world. When you have confidence in your world, I have confidence in your world, right? So I want to shut that out because I thought Rio's was going to show up and help some way somehow. No, didn't need to. Abel had it. I was like, perfect, dude. I would have loved to see that, of course, right? But it makes sense. Abel is really, really good. I said that in a few episodes back. It's like, oh, Abel, everyone's happy Abel was alive. Great. No, Abel's really skilled. That's another reason why they're super happy because he's one of the strongest in the fucking village. So it made sense. But yeah, I actually really do enjoy the show. Like I said, the only thing holding the show back is the quality of animation, at least in my mind. And it had a slow start too. But if you're a veteran of isekai, veteran fantasy, that shouldn't bother you. It's not gonna have mainstream appeal, but could be wrong. It could eventually get there. But I am so glad that Dustin and I took a flyer on reacting to this. This is one of those shows that we kind of look at stuff and it's like, okay, would we be interested? Yes. Would an audience be interested? Maybe. That's why we do these 3 episode rules for a lot of shows. Sometimes it's hit or miss. Sometimes it just doesn't work. Or sometimes I miss one, like Takop Original Sin. Totally missed that. I wish I would react to that on cam because such a good fucking show. That's gonna be a top 5 of the year probably, to be honest. But I digress. This is Water Magician. Very good show. Very good story so far. I'm very curious where we go from here about halfway through the season. But let me know your thoughts down below. Like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good jazz. And we'll talk to you soon for another reaction. Peace.